Alrighty guys, Azik here, bringing you guys a short Dragon Ball Legends video. So I did want to go ahead and talk about this because this is something that is extremely concerning to me. I'm not really going to go, so we did get the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, right? The adult Trunks, the Zenkai for him that just released, I think on resets. And you know, I'm not really going to go over his kit. I know a lot of other YouTubers already kind of like covered his kit and stuff like that, but I kind of wanted to just get something off my chest right here. Please, this is basically me saying like, please Bandai, stop making these Zenkai units like immensely better than LF units than regular units, right? It's crazy how busted these Zenkai units are. Like you have, like I want to compare it to Dokkan Battle, right? So like in Dokkan Battle, if you guys don't know, if you guys don't play Dokkan Battle, they have a system called EZA, which stands for Extreme Z Awakening. And upon EZAing a unit, it's usually an older unit. They'll get like a revamp, they'll get buffed up, right? They'll get basically fine-tuned and balanced to go ahead and make them a more valuable asset to your overall team in Dokkan. But that doesn't mean they're gonna make them absolutely busted, right? Not at all. And it's just crazy. Maybe it's more because on the Dokkan side of things, you actually get rewarded, like you get currency for actually upgrading them, for buffing them up, and rather than in Legends, you have to pay for it, right? You have to pay in order to go ahead and use your old unit with buff stats and all that good stuff. So that's probably, I do understand why that's their motivation for making these units just immensely better, but it's just crazy, man. Look at this guy's stats, for example. Like I've only seen a little bit of this guy in action. Like I've searched a little bit of a couple of YouTube videos here and there, just looking over this guy, glancing over his kit. His kit is scary, but his stats are also scary. So I have him right here on DBZ Space at 14 stars. You can take a look at his strike attack. So his strike attack is breaking, like it's basically 270k, right? And then his which is obviously not bad at all, even for strike attack, even though this isn't a strike attack unit. And then his blast attack is 283k, man. That's absolutely nuts. His stats are nuts, right? This is at 14 stars. Keep in mind that my current Trunks right now, my Super Saiyan 2 adult Trunks is at 14 stars, right? If I wanted to, I could Zenkai him right now and get him up to 14 stars with all these or not get him up to 14 stars, get him up to Zenkai level 7 and have access to all these stats right away, which is absolutely busted. Now, so of course, a lot of people are talking about how Vegeta Blue has completely been kicked to the curb, right? I do want to go ahead and look at his stats. So I actually have his stats pulled up right here too. So Vegeta Blue at 14 stars, right? Fully maxed out as high as you can get him. And look at his stats. This is an LF unit. And his stats are 260k, about rounding off, right? About 260k for strike attack, 245k for blast attack. And yes, I do know, I understand, like Azdik, like you have to understand this unit is over 7 months old, bordering 8 months old, right? You have to understand that he's going to age, he's going to go ahead and be kicked out of the meta, blah blah blah. Yes, I do understand that, but it's the fact that he didn't even have a chance to compete with the Zenkai Trunks, dude. Dude, my Vegeta Blue is only at 4 stars. 4 stars. So let's go ahead and I want to look at him at 4 stars. So we go ahead and put him at 4 stars. Look at his stats then. Even worse, right? They're even worse. There's no way you're gonna have this unit at 14 stars, right? Or well, you know, there is a specific few that actually would have him at 14 stars, but for the average player, you are not going to have this this Legends limited unit at 14 stars to get the max amount of stats to go ahead and compete with any Zenkai unit that comes out. And so I think that's why a lot of people are upset. Like Gogeta Blue, Broly, if you have the LF Gogeta Blue, the LF Broly, if you guys have that, man, like at 2 stars, and you just, you know, you go into PvP thinking that you're just going to destroy everyone that comes your way, you are in for a really rough time. Like imagine a player that just got extremely lucky, that was just extremely happy to go ahead and pull both of the new LFs on Christmas, right? They have LF Gogeta Blue, they have LF Super Saiyan Broly, and both of them fit on a movies team, right? So they go ahead and they form their movies team. Maybe they throw in the new Frieza, then the new Frieza on there, right? The red Frieza, and they're like, cool, I got a sick movies team, man. Let's go ahead and just stomp some guys. Maybe not stomp, but you know, you're gonna expect to do really good. You're gonna expect some good results from PvP, and then you hop into PvP, and then you run into this guy. You run into this guy Zenkai on a future team, and you just absolutely get stomped out, dude, because this guy's going to just take a dookie on anyone that's not a Zenkai unit. Like that's just how it is. I don't know, man. I really don't like the status like the state of how the game is going right now. It just really feels rough. I noticed that even with the videos that I'm making, if I'm not using a Zenkai unit, unless it's Future, because I do think, like I said, I've said this before in previous videos, Future is like the best contender in terms of not having a Zenkai. But even now, well, Future now has a Zenkai, right? And so you're going to run into a lot more Future players using the Zenkai Trunks, because he is so easy to get. You know, overall, especially if you're a long-time player. Maybe not easy to get, just period, but he was easy to have 14 stars if you were a long-time player. And it's just crazy how good they made this guy like to be. Like, he is definitely, I definitely do say he's Z tier. He's 100% Z tier. Maybe he's at the bottom of Z tier, but he's Z tier nonetheless. I was actually watching Goresh's showcase on this guy, and I noticed that this specific ability right here is applies the following effects to self after enemy attack is over. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 15 timer counts. Of course, man. What was the one thing that Gogeta Blue fans were begging Bandai for? Was card draw speed, right? And they didn't give it to him. For an LF unit, they did not give it to him, man. That's crazy. And then you have this guy at a Zenkai. At Zenkai level 3 or whatever it is, man, he gets this unique ability, and it's just absolutely nuts. And it's just because when I was watching Goresh's video, like getting back to that, is I saw him get tap attacked. He got tap attacked, increases your card draw speed. He got blast attacked, like not even blast attack. He got tap blast, and increases his arts card draw speed. So he can stack those arts card draw speed. And if you get into a combo, it's basically Android 18 all over again, right? You're gonna get caught in the infinite loop. It's like Itachi has his hands on you, man. You're just stuck in a loop. And so I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like this is just crazy. Like, I don't. It just feels really like absurd. It feels just really like laughable. Like, it feels like it feels like a bad joke, man. I'm not gonna lie. It really does suck to say that. It's for me saying that you really shouldn't even really invest in new units too much. You should really just save for Zenkai units, guys. Like, it sucks to say that. It really, like, believe me, like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I might be telling you guys to say that, like, that's probably the smartest thing to do, is probably just say, screw the banners, screw the LF units, screw the new units. I need to save for Zenkais. That's probably the safest bet. I can tell you right now that that's what I'm not going to be doing, because I'm not going to go ahead and just, you know, I'm not going to spend my entire Legends career just buffing up my old units. Yeah, they're amazing. I'm not going to lie. If I have the spare CC, maybe I will do it, but for the most part, no, man. Like, I want new units. I'm going to 100% prioritize new units. And so let's go ahead and hop back over to Legends. Okay, so now I have Legends opened up right here, and you can see that even when you scale by power level, obviously, like, just right off the top of the list, you can see that Zenkai units are like the wave. Look at this, like, even their power levels are just always higher, right? You don't see an LF unit in sight, excluding the LF Gohan, who actually has a Zenkai, right? And let's see the first Zenkai, or the first LF that we see, is actually Vegito Blue right here. And like I said, I only have this guy at 4 stars, so he's nowhere near going to be competing with the guys up here, right? With these Zenkai units right here, especially when I have Android set up. Like, you guys have seen what Vegito Blue does to this guy. It does absolutely nothing, right? And the reason why I use Vegito Blue a lot in these videos, like, I know you guys should probably tell me, like, you guys might be thinking, like, why do I keep comparing all these LF units or these Zenkai units to Vegito Blue? Vegito Blue is heavily outdated. One of the big reasons why I compare Vegito Blue to most of these units is because Vegeta Blue came out during the second anniversary, right? Anniversary is probably like one of the biggest events that this game has to offer. Anniversary is probably one of the biggest events in which players save a ton of crystals, right? Because I don't know if you guys are like me, but for me personally, LF Vegeta Blue is the only LF that I've pulled on their initial banner in so long. Like, this unit right here is like the only unit that I was able to pull on their initial banner in so long. Like, I think actually, you know, I might be wrong about that. I think I did pull the LF Nameku on his initial banner, and then, you know, I think this guy he blessed me. He dropped a couple times actually in my anniversary summons, and I was extremely grateful. But after that, like LF Goku, Majin Vegeta, the Broly and the Gogeta, and then the LF Gohan, those guys, I have yet to pull any of those guys, right? And it's a big part of that is because I wasn't able to really save a ton of crystals in order to just dump into them, right? And, you know, another part of it is just me just getting extremely lucky, or unlucky, not lucky, but it's just crazy the route that we're going down under right now. It's just, I don't know. I don't want this to just, I don't want this top area of power level to just fill up with just Zenkai units, right? Because even with strike attack, like look at this, dude. Just the top is always just going to be filled with Zenkai units. I don't think that's a good thing at all. I'm not gonna lie. Like even this is actually kind of wild, right? I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of like weird. It just feels off to me. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, at the end of the day, it just I'm going to continue supporting this game. I do like this game. I would go as far as to say as I love this game. I get excited over this game. I get excited over the news that this game has. I just want it to be a little bit balanced, man. I just want some balance in my life. I want some balance in my game. I'm not gonna lie. Well, that being said, this is kind of going ahead and segueing into, so yes, Zenkai units are broken. They are an issue. I do have a massive issue with them, and it's just like I can't tell you guys to boycott Zenkais, right? Because it's just the meta. I can't tell you guys to do that at all. You know, honestly, the point of this video, some of you guys may be watching this video and you guys may be thinking, damn, like I got a Zenkai that Trunks. Do it. Yeah, 100%. Zenkai this Trunks. He is worth it. 100. If you have a good future team, Zenkai this Trunks. You are not going to regret it. This guy instantly kicks out Vegeta Blue, and he's just an amazing unit overall. He's absolutely busted, and you guys are gonna stomp people in PvP. You guys are gonna stomp, even if you guys have all of the new LFs. This guy is going to be better than them, unless you have the new LFs like at 14 stars, like 7 stars, high like 6 stars, 6 stars and up, right? Because even on the Game Press list, dude. Even on, you know what? Actually, let me just show you guys. All right, so look at this. This is the Game Press tier list, right? So these are taken into careful consideration. Yes, I know tier lists are very like opinionated, right? Sometimes they're not always just fact, right? But I feel like a lot of times they are pretty good. They are pretty accurate. You know, I do give them a lot of credit for that. But look at Z tier. What do you guys see? All Zenkai units, right? And I guarantee you the next time that this gets updated, that Trunks is going to be right here at the bottom of Z tier or at the very top of S tier. It's going to be one of those two, right? And then we keep going down. Look at so we're going into tier 1 now. And look at Gogeta Blue, man. Dude, he's right here with Vegeta Blue. And so it's just like I don't know if they know what they're doing or what they think, what's going on here. Look at even the Super Saiyan full power Broly is right here. I don't know, man. Like it just feels like they're not making the LFs like they used to. Like with Vegeta Blue, like yes, he was broken, but I think it was rightfully so, right? He was the LF unit, like the LF unit to go ahead and end all LF units, right? Maybe not end them, but like he was the 2nd anniversary LF unit. Why aren't these newer LFs getting that same treatment? I feel like if you're going to have such a despair arc, such a difficult time pulling these LF units, like you need to make them extremely good. Because let's go ahead and look at Super Saiyan Gogeta's explanation for being at S tier, or not even S tier, tier 1. So why this tier? He's excessively fragile. He has no card draw speed. Like I said, everyone wanted card draw speed for him. They did not give it to him. And he needs time to build up his damage uniques. I completely agree right there. And then discussion. And so, he's being considered 3 stars on this list. So, and what if you have him at 2 stars? That means he's even lower? That sucks, dude. That sucks. I don't know. That would make me feel terrible if I had this guy. You know, I already do feel terrible because I don't have this guy. And then, you know, for the people that were lucky enough to pull this guy, they don't even get, like, you know, like I'm sure you guys still do have fun with these units in PvP and stuff. You can do training battle, which will have them at 14 stars, will make them a lot better. But you know, for PvP players, for stuff like that, it's just like it's rough, man. It's really rough. And then so they go on to say at 6 stars, the sparking Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta would be at the top of tier 1. At the top of tier 1, he doesn't even break S tier. That according to Game Press, right? So at 6 stars, he doesn't even make it into the S tier, right? And S tier is like where units are great, and then Z tier is where units are broken, right? That's kind of how I see it, because all these units right here, they're broken in their own way. And then S tier is like just God tier units, right? Like, of course, Goku Black, I definitely agree with that. Goku Black is an amazing unit. You know, like they have Zenkai Super Saiyan Blue Goku, they have Zenkai Nameku on here, they have that Revival Cell, who I think is an amazing unit as well, and you know they have the androids on here. And the reason why a big part of why both the 21s are on here is because Android 18 is in Z tier, right? Because they complete the team overall. It's absolutely nuts how it just feels like Z tier is going to be an exclusive tier for Zenkai. This shouldn't. Z tier is just going to be Zenkai tier, right? That's what it should be called. That's just crazy, man. I don't know. So, you know, that's going to go ahead and pretty much wrap up this video. Basically, my point is that Zenkais are broken. And then regarding the Super Saiyan 2 Adult Trunk Zenkai, definitely do Zenkai him. Zenkai him, man. If you want, if you have a good future team, especially if you guys main future overall, I definitely think it's a worthy investment, man. Like, he's that broken. Like, he really is that broken. So, that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!